10th one on the list is Journey to the Center of the Earth. Professor Trevor Anderson receives his teenager nephew Sean Anderson. He will spend 10 days with his uncle while his mother, Elizabeth, prepares to move to Canada. She gives a box to Trevor that belonged to his missing brother Max, and Trevor finds a book with references to the last journey of his brother. He decides to follow the steps of Max with Sean, and they travel to Iceland where they meet the guide Hannah. While climbing a mountain, there is a thunderstorm and they protect themselves in a cave. However, lightning collapses the entrance and the trio is trapped in a cave. They seek an exit and fall in a hole, discovering a lost world in the center of the earth. You can watch this movie on Netflix. Ninth one on the list is Pixels. Humanity's thirst for making contact with the extraterrestrial life forms turns into a real nightmare when a technologically advanced race of aliens misinterprets a friendly transmission as an act of war. Now, as the infuriated otherworldly beings deploy waves of enormous versions of arcade game characters to retaliate, mankind's fate rests in the hands of the former video game champion and now home theater installer Sam Brenner and a handful of old school arcade gamers. Do they have it takes to stop this pixelated polychromatic menace? You can watch this movie on Netflix. Eighth one on the list is Click. Michael Newman is a hard-working family man who must please his boss in order to get promoted. Problem is he gets less time with his family and wishes for a remote in which he can control his life. This soon comes to true for Newman when he meets Morty, a crazy sales clerk who has the ultimate remote. A remote in which he can do anything including muting, skipping and dubbing his life. He finds this to be the opportunity in which he can not only skip every argument but also skip to his promotion. He sees this as a good idea until the remote goes horribly wrong. You can watch this movie on Netflix. Seventh one on the list is The Great Wall. 2 days right north of the Great Wall, sometime during the Song Dynasty, William Garin and Pero Tower, survivors of a small mercenary group searching for gunpowder, narrowly escape an attack by a team of nomadic bandits. Without delay, the two friends seek refuge inside a seemingly safe cave. However, the following day will find them in shackles, standing before Commander Lin Mei and strategist Wang, who prepare for an all-out monster invasion within the following hours. Sooner or later, William and Pero will get caught in the middle of a war against a surprisingly intelligent beast queen and her invincible army, a final confrontation for freedom and the fate of the entire human race. Can Commander Lin Mei and William stop the assault before it's too late? You can watch this movie on Netflix. Sixth one on the list is What We Do in Shadows. Follow the lives of Viago, Deacon, and Vladislav, three flatmates who are just trying to get by and overcome life's obstacles like being immortal vampires who must feast on human blood. Hundreds of years old, the vampires are finding that beyond sunlight catastrophe hitting the main artery and not being able to get a sense of their wardrobe without a reflection, modern society has them struggling with the mundane like paying rent, keeping up with the chore wheel, and trying to get into nightclubs and overcoming flatmate conflicts. You can watch this movie on Disney Plus Hotstar. Fifth one on the list is Tomorrowland. Whenever Casey Newton touches a lapel pin with the letter T on it, she finds herself transported to Tomorrowland, a city filled with huge robots and sleek buildings. The gifted young woman recruits the help of scientist Frank Walker, a previous visitor to Tomorrowland who years ago made a startling discovery about the future. Together, the two adventurers travels to the metropolis to uncover its mysterious secrets. You can watch this movie on Disney Plus Hotstar. Fourth one on the list is Fantasy Island. The enigmatic Mr. Ruark makes the secret dreams of his lucky guests come true at a luxurious but remote tropical resort. But when the fantasies turn into nightmares, the guests have to solve the island's mystery in order to escape with their lives. You can watch this movie on Amazon Prime Video. Third one on the list is Prestige. Two magicians who used to be partners battle over years in order to create a flawless method for the ultimate disappearing trick. The transported man turns into an informal war between them, and soon they will do anything to be able to perform the trick sooner and better than the other, which as time passes makes their friends and loved ones get away from them and little by little destroys their life until they eventually succeed to perform the trick, each by a very different way. You can watch this movie on Netflix. Second one on the list is Liar Liar. Fletcher Reed, a fast talking attorney, habitual liar, and a divorced father, is an incredibly successful lawyer who has built his career by lying. He has a habit of giving precedence to his job and always breaking promises to be with his young son Max. But Fletcher lets Max down once too often for missing his own son's birthday party. But until then, at 8:15, Max has decided to make an honest man out of him as he wishes for one whole day his dad couldn't tell a lie. When the wish comes true, all Fletcher can do is tell the truth and cannot tell one lie. You can watch this movie on Amazon Prime Video. First one on the list is The Shape of Water. Elisa is a mute, isolated woman who works as a cleaning lady in a hidden, high security government laboratory in 1962 Baltimore. Her life changes forever when she discovers the lab's classified secret, a mysterious scaled creature from South America that lives in a water tank. As Elisa develops a unique bond with her new friend, she soon learns that its fate and very survival lies in the hands of a hostile government agent and a marine biologist. You can watch this movie on Disney Plus Hotstar. If you liked our content, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell button. Share your favorite fantasy movie on the comment section.